it's your boy Shinry back again with another video, and today we're going to be doing something of a new sort of like a series as well, where if you guys have questions, I sort of like kind of sum together and try and answer them the best way I can with some sort of description as well, so that it is easier than just me making the comments and stuff. Okay, so today we had a few of my followers here. First of all, a few concerns with regards to Fashion Ken, as well as Fashion Chun-Li as well. It seems like that circle that happened previously with Fashion Chun-Li, or rather Flame Chun-Li, is happening all over again with Fashion Ken. Okay, and I'm going to explain what the problem is shortly. All right, the first things first, let's go over to, I believe, the mall. All right, and let's go right ahead and look at these characters. Okay, where can I find them? Find them all. Yeah. All right, so basically these characters have been available before. Well, I mean, I'm talking about the Blossom face, that's Fashion Sakura, and where is Flame Chun-Li. All right, but initially, what you would typically notice, as I'm about to show you guys right now, okay, is when you go right ahead and try to perform the limited time experience, all right, they come up a bit short. Okay, now there's something I actually noticed recently in a video that I watched, and I will credit Hazing for it. I don't know why I never thought about it before. Is when it comes to this, of limited time experience, you have to also be mindful of the level of your, fighting heart. All right. So whenever I've had to use, like in the case where I used, Elena, Summer Elena, my my support is kind of like the least right now that I'm supporting, of course, and that's why she tends to suffer a little bit. But it's not always been the case in the past, and it wasn't the case during the time of Fashion Chun-Li. But I wanted to put that in mind. That being said, as you can see, my fighting hard for my attackers is at a different level. It is the third highest, and it should probably be joint second highest in just a bit once I'm able to push in more fate stones into it. Okay, but I wanted to clear that out of the way so that way there is no confusion, in case you guys are also aware of that as well. Now, going back to the event, I've sort of held back a bit towards doing this event yet, because I was sort of contemplating if I wanted to still go right ahead and do another test. But this time what we're going to do, this is not going to be considered much of a test. It's going to be more or less like, it's still going to be a test, but it's going to be more or less like a showcase as to why the character also sort of suffers a bit, because we tried him out before. All right, he wasn't really that great, and I remember I was like, okay, it was pretty much okay during the test in terms of actual fight. But when you look at the kit, you know that there's something happening there, and I'm going to tell you what is happening also shortly as well. The other thing I also wanted to mention as well is the fact that with regards to this fighting stuffs here, because he's pretty much an attacker, he's not supposed to be one of those that you should worry about if he's working properly or not. He should work properly because he has at least a decent amount of stats on the Fate Gem. Okay, so we're going to go right ahead and try and hit the first level here and see if we go great. Some of the tips that people have given is that you're more likely to progress if you don't use him than if you do, but we're trying to test the character, so primarily we're going to do that. We're not going to do it like traditional where we try to clear every level. We just want to get as much information with regards to the character. Okay, so going right ahead, we're going to the thing that you notice if you go right ahead and observe his kit is he's mostly about bleed, right? Of course, he does flame damage as well, all right, but bleed is what helps him get his stuff. Okay, and if we look at the passive once again, it says whenever an ally inflicts burn or bleed on an enemy, Fashion Ken deals 6% increased damage for 7 seconds, stacks up to 9 times. Okay, so you obviously want to be pairing him with guys who actually does a lot of bleed or a lot of burn. And if you look at it, burn says target loses HP equal to 7% of attack every second. That's what it does. Bleed, actually they lose HP equal to 1% of max HP per second, up to 10% of attack. All right, the effect lasts for 10 seconds. So this is pretty much something that you want to bleed gives you a little bit more in terms of like the range up to 10% compared to burn that does a maximum does 7. But bleed is more of a range, but then of course if you keep hitting it, it gets better. All right, so what matters when it comes to Fashion Ken, the first thing is has to do with his team composition. You have to pair with the right set of units. We're looking at the likes of, I believe Akuma does bleed, for example, or Vega. Let me see. I'm trying to confirm. Does he do? Oh, he does burn, I think. I'm trying to confirm. He's on. Whatever. Let's see here. So it does burn. All right. I think Adon does. Adon do? No, Adon does puts a mark on you. But we know Vega for sure does. Bleed. So that's one key character that you want to be paired with the character. But if you go back to the event here, all right, because the event is pretty much the same as what you're going to do in the trial. We did that already. So the only difference is that you're going to be collecting chests and rewards across the board compared to when you're not doing that in the trial. Okay, is you go over here, all right, and you look at the team composition. They are not super friendly with the options that they give you over here. So that means you're not going to get the maximum use for Ken, okay, for Fashion Ken. So let's just try and pile them up with as much flame characters as possible. I can't remember, that's what I did the first time, and then we also want to try and see if we can do well enough to add like at least a decent tank as well to protect the unit. And we're going to go right ahead and try and hit the first battle. All right, and I'm going to be using Ken as much as possible in my combo because I want to, of course, ensure its usefulness. I will try and mix things up. First, I will start with the C1. We'll go with this. Do some fire. We want to set the stage ablaze. That's what we're trying to do. We want to set the stage ablaze. All right. Okay, we almost run. I should actually get him involved with the shield. All right. As you can see, we are taking care of business, although we lost Abel, but that's because we didn't utilize him. So Ken doing a decent job here. All right, the other reason why I also want to let you guys know why you shouldn't be too worried and bothered by him is when it comes to, you guys have probably played the Shadaloo City event a few times, and he has been an option for me at least once to pick. And on that first time when it was the option, I picked him up. I pretty much was able to clear the levels easily. All right, so that's for Shadaloo, obviously. But Shadaloo, when you're doing the Satsui mode, you're actually taking on difficult characters. You're not just taking on bystanders like you would if you're taking on the regular Shadaloo City mode, right? But the other thing obviously is when it comes to PvE rather, it's going to also matter your level compared to the CPU's level, to the AI's level when you're facing them. And of course, the lower you are, the more they have on you because of that level, which means their moves are going to actually affect you a whole lot more than yours will affect them. And that's also a point. But of course, that's what it's typically PvP is about, unless you can get as much units as possible to sort of give yourself the chance to actually limit break your character even a lot further. Okay, so this was a success, great, and I'm looking for the levels that were pretty much a bit of a challenge. Let's hope that this ones don't get more of a challenge as well. The same sort of applies to Flame Chun-Li as well. With Flame Chun-Li, I wish I'd loaned a unit already, but Flame Chun-Li, what I noticed when I would typically have her used is I can actually use an example with other people's fights. There is she's definitely a boss unit, more so than like she is more strictly boss unit than Fashion Ken is a boss unit as well, like a massive. When I mean she's more so than boss unit, I mean her viability really shines as a boss unit. Ken's viability really shines as a boss unit, but also has a good place in PvE. And I haven't tried in PvPs, but like I said, based on the kits, I'm not sure he will survive for PvP. I don't think he will compete with like the best like Lexus EV Ryu, or Bison or Akuma and all that stuff, or even Gen. I think when it comes to PvP, there are some major strikers out there that would typically tear up the team, and I'm not sure if Ken is one of them, but he does show potential. Okay, so that's why I'm not ruling him out on that yet. Okay, but let's go back to trying to pair him up with good set of units. We're gonna go maybe all flame here. Okay, we don't have that option. Can we find a proper tank? Okay, we go Fei Long here, right? Let's put Fei Long. No, let's put Fei Long back. Actually, we need that support right there. Okay, once again, we're going to be using Ken to actually dominate the combo. All right, because like I said, when it's your trial, you want to be popping up as much as possible until we can find out that you're actually slacking, right? So we go right now. We take advantage of the heal. We go with this, and then we go Ken to finish it up. Having that C3 on Ken is actually amazing. All right, of course, if you don't want to start with Ken, we can actually try his C1, so we can go him. But then again, you try C1 means you miss the chance to actually do the healing, and this was just supposed to be a test with the C1, right? But the good thing about it is that, first of all, if you're running flame unit, if you're running, not just flame, if you're running any kind of unit, you're going to require your support to always take C1. C1s are typically for support, unless you're running the kind of team that I run where I have both Gouken and Akuma, so I have to sort of interchange Gouken and Akuma depending on how long I've made Akuma idle in terms of C2, and then of course eventually unleashing that. That's for a total different exhibition entirely. So let's go right ahead and let's try again, and this time we're going to just try and do it the way we can. All right, best way we can. So we're going to be using Ken with a C1. All right, we can actually even try and place a mark as well. Let's go with Aiden. Oh, he's gone already. Wow. The problem is that for some reason this unit is really fast, so that's why they get that advantage. But we have taken someone out, but we have to wait for our turn to actually put up a combo, and we hope we can actually attack, heal in time, attack again, and boom. As you can see, Ken is just ripping out the opposition team. All we can do is just hope that okay, well, that's good. That puts you guys in trouble. Ken, go. Look at that. So don't sleep on Ken, guys. So far so good, but I have tested a lot of characters where I'm already struggling in the first 2 levels. So if he's surviving and not doing badly so far, we have to give him the credit, right? It's looking decent. Obviously, we've had some where the entire team survives, but the point of the game is typically to win unless you're playing like Shadow City event or those inverse world events. Now in the third phase, we have to look closely at the kind of character we are going to add. I will add Chun. I just like her a lot. Okay, any other person that's going to apply some sort of debuff, I'm going to add him just because of the speed. I want to start first, and of course we want to use Gao's Saber. Okay, so we're going to go right ahead. I'm going to put Chun-Li in support there, and we're going to go right ahead. We're going to start again. All right, let's see how we do this time. And like I said again, Ken is going to dominate the combos unless I figure out that he's not worth it. Honestly, I was tempted to use Ken to do that, but I think, just using Gao's flash, he was too tempting to resist. But Ken did his job there. We got past it. This is proving to be decent so far. Okay, now remember, you guys have to also put your fate gem levels, the heart into perspective. All right, so now we're going to definitely be pairing with the light, which very, very nice flame units. I'm going to be going with Bizang again. We want to get that first opportunity, and let's try something else. Let's instead of going for health, let's go for more firepower. All right, because we also have her there. So we're going to go Ken, and like I said, dominate as much as we can with Ken. I should actually have paid attention to which of Sea Viper's combo actually does the flame damage there. Right. I think we should be good with, yeah. They seem, well, he's pretty lightweight in terms of like taking damage for sure, because that's the one thing I have noticed, which is why it's important to actually put a tank on him. But we're almost through with the levels, right? And I also mentioned as well, the caliber of the opponents. We haven't seen too many Master or too many Inferno. This is gonna be our first, and it's not one of the crazier ones. I think no, was it first? I believe we faced Summer Ibuki in the other one, but she's not like the top tier Master or Inferno characters. When you're looking at those, you want to you want to gauge the caliber of the character themselves, but she's pretty good. So this time again, we're going to go for more people that can actually. I think she does bleed. Let's see. I'm actually curious here. I don't use her that much. She does execute, not bleed. Okay. Fortunate. We don't have anyone that. I haven't actually. Let's see. Let's look closely. How about you? Your punch is tough. Do you do any bleed? Looking at a character I don't pay. That was Rose Mark instead. Rose Mark. Yeah. Oh, it's the black Rose Mark. That's all it is. But that's what this guy's gonna be there for sure. So let's not waste any time. Oh, Fashion Blanket. Apologies for that. It took too long to notice your availability. Now, Fashion Blanket is going to be tempting to actually use start combo, but you guys already know what we're going to do. We're going to be starting with him first instead. Do everything we can to launch a lot of fire. We're going to be launching a lot of fires here in the first time around before we actually go right ahead and try and use the heal in the second round up. Hopefully we survive to use the heal, because that's the problem with Fashion Ken. Yeah, he's very, very soft. I didn't do the right combo combination. I'm just gonna pull out here. Not like it was a confirmed loss, but I didn't do the combo combination properly. All right, so we're gonna go right ahead. We're gonna try again. Typically, if you're actually doing an actual battle, you want to start with Fashion Blanca. You want to start. In fact, just to favor Ken, we're gonna start with Fashion Blanca because we want to make sure the wildfire is spreading already. All right, and then let's go with Ken to clean up the house. All right, there you go. They do have a healer on their end, so we have to remember that. Unfortunately, let's see. Elena's healing is really, really good. She's one of the best support healers in the game, for sure. And yeah, this is not looking good. We typically have lost the game already. Fair enough. What we need to do is make sure we can actually take out Elena. That is, if I can't even remember. Was she within the options? Like she within, paper you can see there. Let's go for all attack, because this guy's attack is going to burn out anyways. Yeah, she's not even available, so we have to try. I'm going to go with destroying the back line. Oh, why did I miss that? Why did I miss that? That's very annoying. Alright, let's go. No support. Let's go all out and attack. That's thunder damage, but I really wanted to just really screw up the attack there. Okay, we did take one person out. Although now they're really screwing us with the poison, and Ken is right up front. It's funny how Ken is choosing to be in front, despite the fact that he's one of the weaker ones out there. Yeah, this is already a lost cause, right? Okay, so now we've hit our first, deadly opponent, if I say so myself. But if you look at it, you can't blame Ken for this, because we also have like top tier, characters in Sea Viper and Fashion Blanca, to support the character, and for some reason we are not making any major progress. All right, so I'm trying to see, is there? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go by my boy, Mad Ryu. All right. We need that major defense break. Man, the way Elena does help to cover the character. Alright, so Ryu has done some, vengeance. Yep, this is a tough one for sure, guys. So, some people's recommendation has been to not include him in the combo. I will do otherwise. All right, we're going to go right ahead and let's try and make sure we have support in terms of like health. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's try and use just a C2 alone. Alright, I think I'm saying what I want to see. We're going to use just a C2. Alright, and we're going to let those who actually can do a better attacking job to start. He's really not tearing through them. They have enough time. Okay, so now we don't have to use them. And okay, we should have actually used Fraction Blanca for the C2 there. That was actually a mess up on my part. I don't think we can afford two rounds without two rounds of combos without actually taking out one person. So I don't know if I want a support. I can't see the benefits so far, right? I really can't. They are really tearing through them without even the health's not helping at all. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. I'll try again. Come on, Ken, you got this. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now this is more like it. This is more like it. I know you could do it, Ken. I know you could do it. And now let Ryu finish the job. Okay, Zangief is really tough as a tank. But you already know that we won this, right? We might even win this without actually trying the combo. There, I said it. So, that's pretty much it there, you know, and we have just one more to go. I was, based on, you know, how the community has sort of been complaining about Ken not being as great as, you know, advertised, right, or as the hype had put him out to be, I was actually contemplating the fact that I would not end up completing the, you know, the event itself, because I was thinking, you know, the character might actually, like, it would actually be tough, and I'll have to just more or less focus on just, you know, discussing the main reasons why the community is suffering from that regard. All right, but I think things are looking giving better vibes here. We need Ken to hit again. Come on, Ken, come on. We need that help. Oh, Ken is gone already. Miguel, yeah, okay, alright, cool. We don't mind, Ryu can start the combo. That is a dangerous move there. Come on, Ryu. Alright, here we go. Oh, he's gone already. What the hell just happened there? Alright, we're gonna try again, okay? This is our last one in terms of, like, you know, testing out Ken. Oh my word. This is definitely gonna work. Alright, we're gonna go right ahead again. We're gonna put it right. I'm gonna put my boy here. We're gonna put my boy here. You know what? Do we need to get out? No, we don't. I'll use, you know, reuse stuff, and let's go with that instead. Okay, we need a tank. All right, let's protect Ken. He's been in front for so long. I don't know why he's actually in front. He's not that strong in terms of my. Okay, Ken can go right ahead and now finish up the stuff. Here, it's not going to have much support in terms of, like, you know, the burn and the bleed to do as much damage as possible. He's going to have to create his own fire. Yeah, actually switching uses Zangief because I see that Ken is already gone. It's not going to give us support that one. Come on. Alright, Ryu. Oh, now it's just this two. We should be able to take them out. Guy is showing some strong moves there, but we take him out. Yep, thank you very much. She's alive. Alright, juggle her. All right. Not where I wanted to end in terms of like Ken not being part of the victory lap there. Nice try. Whoa, don't think she's going to survive. She's actually going to survive. That's going to actually lead to a defeat. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah, not having reused Shin Shuriken was obviously going to be a detriment. We are going to try again. Same tank, same strategy. Is Elena really helping us? I'm trying to see, is the heal really helping us? That's one thing I'm noticing here. These guys are really attacking at a fast pace that I can't really notice the healing. But because we have Mad Reader who typically uses his life as well, we are going to try again. We're going to use a different source of fire. Oh wow, we could wait, just stop that. Should I use Gal instead for the AoE? And he's gone. Okay, Ken's taking him out. Good job. Oh my word, Kami's about to take Ken out. He's... Oh, not just... This last one's actually proven to be a bit of a challenge as well. Alright, and I can see that, and it's not really looking... Okay, so let's get the health in, okay? The health might actually be needed after all. Right, because I could have healed Zangief when it took the first hit. The problem is that they're going to rip trim the second time around. That's why I have concerns. I actually don't even like Ken C3 as a finisher. I think I should go with E3, but I think does this skip the next person? Let's just go this time. Yes, Ken. We decided to do more. We're back, and I'm sure you guys will wonder what is going on here. Why are we back? Why we're back is because you've got notice I got cut off during the recording. I actually didn't realize the cutoff had actually occurred for a bit, so I had to actually, have another recording session. But that one is a bit long because I also covered the T2 question on it, so I decided to make this a two-part video to actually explain this. You guys can go to the second part to actually see the full conclusion of the actual video itself and answer your questions. But you're gonna get everything there. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know so you guys are not surprised with the way this and when. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in as usual. I had to put this in to add it so that way I can actually salute and sign out. It's been your boy Shin Ryu, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.